Hey, what's going on guys? It's Blocky here, and today we are going to be doing the seasonal video, where I am going to be telling you guys what shows I am going to be watching in the winter 2025 season, and we are going to go ahead and get started right into it. Solo Leveling Season 2. I'm definitely going to be watching that. I didn't really enjoy Solo Leveling Season 1 all that much in comparison to some shows that, I don't know, I thought might be better, but it's still a good show, definitely going to watch it. Sakamoto Days. Definitely gonna watch that. I love the manga. I think it's great. So Sakamoto Days is definitely on that list of shows I'm going to be watching. It's a really good show. Apothecary Diaries. The fact that it's number 3 and not number 1 or 2 is kind of weird to me, but hey, whatever. Definitely watching. It's gonna be the best show of the season. I already know that. There's just nothing that's gonna even come close to it. But yeah, Apothecary Diaries definitely watching. And again, Dr. Stone. Don't need to read any descriptions. Going to be watching that as well. 100 Girlfriends. I didn't even watch season 1, so I'm probably not gonna be watching season 2 because that just wouldn't make any sense. My Happy Marriage, definitely watching. It's going to be another great show to watch. So, of course, I'm going to be watching that. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, I'm definitely watching once again. Season 1 back in 2020 was amazing, and I'm sure Season 2 is going to be just as good. So, next up is going to be Honey Lemon Soda, which is a popular shoujo manga, which I didn't know that it was actually coming out this season. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching Honey Lemon Soda as well. Okay, so now we're finally getting to shows that I have nothing about, so now we can start reading descriptions. I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class. High school student Saito Hojo is set to inherit his grandfather's major corporation. First, he must marry Akane Sakaramori, the girl who he despises the most and who hates him just as much. The two are determined to keep their unexpected marriage a secret from their classmates, but as they begin their newlywed life, the distance between them starts to close. I mean, it's just like a rom-com. I don't know. It seems kind of generic and I'll probably give it a few episodes to see if it's any good, but honestly, probably not going to really worry about it. Let's see. So this one is, I may be a guild receptionist, but also any boss to clock out on time. That sounds hilarious. Let me read this synopsis. Alina thought she had found the perfect job as a guild receptionist. It's stable, safe, and has super cool, cute uniform. But this dream gig turns into an overtime nightmare whenever adventurers get stuck clearing a dungeon. Tired of the long nights, Alina starts taking down the bosses herself. She even earns the name Executioner for her impressive skills. Can she keep her identity a secret? Yeah, that sounds just really funny, so I'm probably going to check that one out, because that one actually does sound funny. Manaka Kuroiwa is impervious to my charms. I actually know about this manga as well. This also sounds pretty good. Let me go read the synopsis. Gorgeous from head to toe, the perfect figure, to Kawaii Mona. Winning hearts comes naturally as breathing, but the arrival of Kuroiwa Medaka, a new transfer student who won't even give her a second look, turns her school life upside down. She's lived her whole life being fawned over, so why is he any different? Mona tries everything she can to think of to win Medaka over, even getting to the extreme at times. This new rom-com starring a queen bee and a celibate boy is about to burst onto the scene. That sounds kind of funny and good. I'm gonna check that out. That does sound actually pretty decent. The ecchi part is like, but sometimes ecchi, they mean like a little panty shot or something here and there, which is like, okay, that's nothing. That's not even a big deal. But then sometimes it's like, you know, high school DD levels also. So it's like, you know, hopefully it's the former, not the latter. But yeah. Zenshu, this looks really, really good. I think I saw a trailer for this the other day on like Twitter or something. So I'm just going to go ahead and read the synopsis for this because it looked really good. After graduating from high school, Natsuko Hirose starts her career as an animator. Her talent quickly flourishes, and she makes a debut as a director in no time. Her first anime becomes a massive hit, sparking a social phenomenon and earning her recognition as an up-and-coming genius director. Her next project is set to be a romantic comedy movie themed around first love. However, having never been in love herself, Natsuko struggles to understand the concept of first love, and as a result, she's unable to create a storyboard, causing the movie production to come to a standstill. Yeah, that sounds really good. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out. And it looks really good. Obviously, it's MAPPA, so it's going to look good. But, yeah, definitely checking that out. Unnamed Memory, I've never watched the first season. Ubelblatt, I'm watching. I've really wanted to read the manga for a long, long time now. But I never got around to it. But with an anime coming out now, it just gives me a perfect opportunity to go ahead and check out the show or check out the series. So definitely going to be doing that. Kono Kaisha no Ski na Hito ga Imasu. That is a rom-com title if I've ever heard one. Yui Mitsuya and Masagu Tataishi aren't just any co-workers. They're They totally have the hots for each other. His helpful yet humble attitude makes her giddy, and her cuteness leaves him grinning like a fool. Problem is, they're trying to keep their new relationship under wraps to avoid making things awkward at work. But seeing how they can't keep their hands off of each other, they run the risk of spilling their secret with each other passing day at the office. Yeah, I mean, it just sounds like a funny office romance, so I might check that out. It does sound pretty funny. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. I know about this manga. I've known about this one for years now. This always sounded funny to me, so we're going to read the synopsis and I'll see. Miss Elf is intrigued by Japanese culture. Working adult Kitase Kazuhiro's hobby is sleeping. Ever since he was a child, he's had exciting adventures and mysterious otherworld dreams about. One day, while exploring ancient ruins with an elf girl he befriended, he is unfortunately burned by the breath of a magic dragon he encounters. When he awakens from his dream, an elf girl who shouldn't be in his room is sleeping next to him. Yeah, I mean, it does sound kind of funny. So I'll check it out. I've always known about the manga and it always sounded funny, so definitely. Medalist, the fact that this is this low down on the list is criminal. Definitely gonna be watching the Medalist anime though. Flower and Asura. Okay. Drama slice of life already sold. On the picturesque island of Tonakajima, with a population of only 600, Hana's favorite pastime is reading literature to the island's children. Her narration skills are second to none, and Mizuki, the president of the school's broadcasting club, immediately recognizes Hana's ability to engage with others and draw them into her recitations. Invited by Mizuki to join the club, Hana embarks on a journey to discover her true love of reading and maybe even change the course of her life along the way. Yeah, that sounds amazing, so I'm definitely going to be watching that. So now we got Okitsura fell in love with an Okinawan girl, but I just wish I knew what she was saying. Man, there's a lot of rom-coms this season. Holy crap. Teruaki Nakamura, transferred to a school in Okinawa and developed a crush on a girl named Kian-san, but I don't understand her dialect. Higa-san is always helping me by translating the dialect. A slightly different cultural love starts on a southern island. I mean, yeah, it just looks like another typical rom-com. There's a lot of those this season, it seems like, so... I mean, I'm not mad. I prefer rom-coms. I would rather they spam rom-coms out than they spam fucking isekais, but... I don't know. But it looks like we're going to start getting to the isekai territory of this season anyway, so, yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to this show. Possibly the greatest alchemist of all time. Already not really that interested, but we'll read it anyway. Not even a hero, Takumi Iruma gets accidentally mixed into a group of heroes chosen to be summoned to another world. As compensation for the mix-up, a goddess offers him the right to choose any skill he wishes for. Hoping for a peaceful and quiet life that has nothing to do with fighting or going to battle, he chooses the seemingly boring creation skill. However, it turns out alchemy is the most powerful skill that allows him to create everything from a holy sword to flying ships. This cheat skill he unexpectedly acquired turns him into a wealthy merchant and makes him undefeated in battles. A heartwarming adventure story about possibly the most powerful alchemist in another world. You know what? That honestly doesn't sound too bad. I prefer the ones that it's like more kind of wholesome. If it's going to be like one of those isekai fantasies, I prefer those over the ones that are just like, oh yeah, I'm going to be action and I'm going to be ecchi and I'm going to be harem. Like, I hate those. Those are crap. Boheneko, the elf girl's cat, is secretly an S-ranked monster. Nobody asked to be a cat. After dying in a fight against the forces of evil, a knight is shocked to discover instead of being reborn as a hero of humanity, he starts his new life as the behemoth, one of the most powerful monsters in the world. The only problem is that a baby behemoth looks an awful lot like an adorable house cat. Things grow even more confusing when a beautiful elf adventurer rescues him from the brink of death rather than finishing him off. The house cat / knight's baffling journey is about to get started. I mean, that does sound kind of funny, but I mean, I'm probably not going to check that out. Let's see. So we got Gracia, Phantom Trigger. Several years after the Fruit of Gracia, what was once Mihima Academy, a sanctuary for young girls, has now transformed into SWORD, Special Organization for Research and Development, training school dedicated to fostering talent for the National Guard. Rena and Maki specialize in firearms. Toka and Gumi excel at sniping, Chris has explosives and data processing, Murasaki is skilled ninja and intelligence operations. Together, they take on cases for the police or for self-defense forces, repeatedly facing dangerous missions, and the story of these young girls painted on blood and gunpowder. I didn't realize, yeah, this is just a sequel or something of the Fruit of Gracia, so yeah, probably not gonna check that out because I haven't even seen the Fruit of Gracia, so yeah. Ishura, never seen the first season, so not gonna be watching the second season. So let's see, so we got... Even given the worthless appraiser class, I'm actually the strongest. Ein has been saddled with the job of appraiser, the weakest and least fortunate of all the jobs one can be born with, as the only power it grants is the ability to appraise things. Treated cruelly by all others and reduced to little collector by his peers, Ein has grown to hate himself and lives his days as a spineless self-abandonment. But when he meets Yuri, the spirit of the world tree, and her protector Ursula the sage, Ein's fate takes a drastic turn. With the gift of Spirit Eye from Yuri and the help of Ursula and learning how to use it, Ein grows stronger and stronger until he's ready to take Yuri on her long-desired journey to meet her world tree's sisters. He goes on to overcome all sorts of challenges, armed with his natural kindness and his newfound courage. Yeah, that sounds like crap. So, definitely not going to be watching that. From Bureaucrat to Villainess, Dad's been reincarnated. This does sound hilarious. I remember seeing this get announced. This looked hilarious. After a traffic accident, 52-year-old civil servant Kenzaburo Tonbayashi awakens to find he's become Grace Auvergne, the Duke's daughter, and more importantly, the villainess of an Otome game. Not wanting to get in the way of the happy ending, the young characters around him, Grace sets out to play the role of the villain, but whether it's due to Kenzaburo's memories or of being an affectionate parent getting in the way of not being able to remember those pesky foreign names properly, it ends up being a lot harder than it looks. Yeah, that just sounds absolutely hilarious. Let's see. I left my A-rank party to help my former students reach the dungeon depths. Yuke, a red mage, angrily declares that he's leaving Thunder Pike, the A-rank party he's been with for 5 years, because he's fed up with being insulted and ridiculed by the other members. While searching for a new party, he runs into former students Marina, Silk, and Rain, and decides to join their party. Clover, encouraged by their admiration of him as their teacher, Yuke leads them into completing several quests and show off the extraordinary magic skills while bringing out the girl's abilities to the fullest. Then, through an adventure broadcast by an artifact known as Camelot, Clover becomes even more well-known throughout society. The party's dream to conquer Achromatic Darkness, the most challenging dungeon of all, but as they take on more dungeons in hopes of eventually achieving this goal, they gradually become entangled in chaos that threatens the whole world. Yeah, not really interested. So we got Ameku, MD, Doctor Detective, Tenkai General Hospital Supervisory Department of Diagnostic Pathology handles cases and physicians deemed too difficult to treat. It's also where bizarre mysteries surface, from the unexplained illnesses to strange murders even the police can't solve. At the center of it all is Takao Ameku, a brilliant doctor determined to reveal the shocking truth behind these anomalies. I mean, that sounds okay. I might check that out. That might check that one out a couple episodes because it does sound okay. Let's see. We got Promise of Wizard. On the moonlit night, Akira Masaki finds herself in the magical world where wizards and humans coexist. Every year, they must face an enormous deadly moon that attacks the planet. Their only hope lies with the Wizards of the Sage, appointed to fight the supernatural threat, but Akira discovers she wasn't summoned by chance. She was chosen to lead them all into battle. Again, doesn't really sound that good, so probably not going to check it out. But, I don't know, we'll see. I'm a noble on the brink of ruin, so I might as well try mastering magic. Wow, another crappy one. Okay. While innocently enjoying himself after work, one man's life changes forever. He wakes in the body of Liam Hamilton, the youngest son of the noble house on the brink of collapse. Amid the chaos, Liam realizes he finally has time to learn and practice magic. Once he begins to take on this life for an even bigger turn, can Liam master magic and save his noble family? I mean, yeah, about what I expected. Anyway, I'm falling in love with you. July 1st, 2020, Mizuha, a high school second year, is having the worst 17th birthday ever. She's missing her chance to get close to the older student she admires, and her parents didn't even remember that it's her birthday. Worst of all, there's a new and unknown infectious disease making the rounds. So all her club tournaments and school trips have been canceled. She's convinced that she'll never have a dazzling youth that she's always dreamed of, but then her childhood friend Mizuki suddenly declares himself a candidate to be her boyfriend. This school youth story about four childhood friends who grew up like a family, one being the heroine, Nishino Mizuha, and the four boys she grew up with, whom see her as family. Honestly, that only sounds good because it's a COVID romance story, and I kind of am interested in that. It's going to be obviously a reverse harem, but nothing wrong with reverse harems, and because it takes place during COVID, I think it's going to be actually interesting. So we got Bang Dream. I'm not going to be watching Bang Dream. Headhunted to another world from Salaryman to the Big Four. The four heavenly kings of the Demon King's army who reign over another world, the person chosen for the last seat was Denosuke Uchimura, a dull salaryman. Headhunted by the Demon King's army, Uchimura was offered a position at the executive level, but the Demon King's army's work is a series of tough missions that put his life on the line. Uchimura, who has no special skills, faces the challenges of this other world and the experience of wisdom of a salaryman. The story changing jobs in another world for all working people. I mean, that does sound like it could actually be kind of funny, so that one might actually check out, but don't know. Let's see. So we got Magic Maker, how to make magic in another world. On the night of his 30th birthday, one man's dream of wielding magic came true after he unexpectedly passes away. He wakes as Sion, a young child in another world. He and his elder sister, Mari, and the children of a lower-class noble family who govern their region. After receiving conflicting messages about their father, Sion and Murray set out to an adventure to uncover the magic. Yeah, not really interested. The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. Asagaki Togo is the Red Ranger in a heroic ranger squad. During their final battle against the ultimate evil organization, he suffers a crushing defeat and resigns himself to death. That is, until he finds himself reborn in an entirely different world. Embracing his new role as an adventurer, he transforms into Kizuna Red and continues to his pursuit of justice, helping those in need. Enjoy the heroic tale of a ranger becoming a protector of another world. I mean, that, out of all the isekais, doesn't sound too bad. I don't know if I'm going to watch it, but at least it's not terrible. At least it's got a unique concept, you know what I mean? It's not just generic isekai again. Sorario Utility. At this rate, I'll graduate as a plain background character. Minami Alba was troubled. She has no particular strengths or things she wants to do. Is it okay for her high school life to end as such an ordinary supporting character? Leaving school behind, Minami searches for her own special uniqueness. She stumbles upon the nearby golf practice range by chance. Approached by a part-time worker, Haruka Akane, Minami grasps a golf club, the utility, and thus it is an encounter between Minami and golf. Winning is not the only thing in golf. Everything is related to golf and enjoyable. Together with the genius golfer Haruka and Ayaka Hoshimi, who inspires to be an influencer, they seek to a moment when they can become the protagonist. A super beginner, Minami swings her club once again today. Okay, that actually sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna definitely check that one out. The daily life of a middle-aged online shopper in another world. I don't care. I'm so done reading isekai descriptions, man. Kenichi, a single man in his 40s, transmigrates to another world while foraging in the mountains and gets out of danger by using a special online shopping skill that he was given when he was transferred. With the buy it back function, he can cash in his otherworldly belongings to buy goods from modern Japan. When he started selling those goods on the market, they quickly become popular and sold for a good price. He could have continued to grow his store, but Kenichi's goal is to live a slow life. He is happy to live self-sufficiently on the outskirts of town, but one after another, trouble arises. A middle-aged man's mail order life in another world begins now. Okay, you know what? That one's not that bad. The ecchi part is probably going to be bad about the show, but at least the rest of it isn't bad. Okay, so we got Bogus Skill, Fruit Master. About that time, I became able to eat unlimited number of skill fruits that kill you, of course. In a world where eating skill fruits grants special powers, Light, a boy who seeks to become the world's greatest adventurer, obtains the skill, a Bogus Skill, specializing in fruit cultivation, that is completely useless in combat. Eating a second skill fruit results in death, so there are no do-overs. Meanwhile, his childhood friend, Rana, who promised to become an adventurer with him, achieves S rank in record time, and a gap between them widens. Light spends his days farming and training with a sword, but one day he accidentally eats a second skill fruit. Why am I not dying? Light avoids certain death and learns an incredible true power that the blank skill. He can eat as many skill fruits as he wants. His overpowered ability allows him to gain the ability every time he eats one, and an unlimited number of times. The worst skill is actually the best skill ever. And yeah, sounds mid as hell. Momentary Lily. Robotic invaders wiped out all life, but Renge fights to survive using her powers. With no memories, she roams the city until she meets 5 other young women, each with unique abilities. Together, they make the most of their lives, cooking delicious meals between battles and mechanical monstrosities as they uncover the secrets of the powers of the past and the strength of their friendship. I mean, that doesn't sound terrible, but I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going to be that good. It's Gohan's, so who knows? They're hit or miss. So, yeah. But, I don't know. I'll probably give it a few episodes and see. Babanba Bonbon Vampire. The story begins with a 450-year-old vampire named Ranmaru. Working part-time in an old public bath, he desires the blood of an 18-year-old virgin, so he watches over the growth of 15-year-old Rihito, the son of a business owner, of the bathhouse owner. Okay. I'm alright. I want to escape from princess lessons. Letitia Dorman, daughter of a duke, is less than thrilled about being engaged to the crown prince. Betrothed since childhood and trained to be a queen, she always hoped that Prince Clark would fall in love with somebody else one day. So he shows up at the ball with another woman. Letty excitedly retreats to the countryside to start her new life, only for Clark to appear, determined to win her heart. Okay. I mean, that definitely sounds up my alley, so I'm definitely going to be checking it out, because it's going to be better than, you know, most other things that are coming out this season. No description for that, so can't really say, but it looks interesting. Not going to be watching Precure. Formagia, this is the next Hiramashima series. In Felicidad, farmers known as Formagia raise monsters under the peaceful rule of Magus Dilucum. After the Magus passes, a power struggle erupts among forces using monsters to seize control. In town of Centavelt, Formagia 10 and his friends band together against the despotic new ruler, Glaza. 10, his friends, and their homegrown monsters must stay strong to defend their freedom. I mean, honestly, it sounds okay. It's Hiramashima, but I don't know. I might check it out, but honestly, I'm not really. It doesn't really sound that good to me. I haven't seen whatever that is, because that looks like a second season. Aquarian Myth of Emotions. Okay, we can read that. The art style is interesting. Enoshima is a small island floating on the floating in the Shonen Sea, and its beautiful and tranquil beach is private Enoshima Academy. The schoolgirls gathers talented children from all over the country and provides them with a gifted education using the latest equipment. Sako, Rimiya, and Toshi have been selected as students of the Special Reinforcement class elements and are ordered to pilot the Vector Machine, a fighter plane powered by the power of emotion, and are forced to fight against the mysterious invasion weapon Mythical Beast. The boys and girls, burdened with their destinies, will come to face to face with the truth of the universe as the mysterious organization, Space Egg Society, and the intentions of the adults intersect. Probably not gonna watch it. Kinnikuman, don't know what this is, but it looks mid as hell. And then we got Card Fight Vanguard, which I haven't seen any season of previously, so not going to be watching that either. So, yeah, that is all the shows I'm going to be watching this season. It's not a lot this time, which is fun with me, because honestly, I'm just so tired of watching crappy isekais. I'm not even going to lie. I'm just so tired of it. So I'm just done with it. I'll just stick with my rom-coms and the occasional isekai here and there, and then I'll be chill. But yeah, you guys can let me know what you guys are going to be watching down in the comments below. I'd be really interested to know. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week with another video. It's going to be the big annual video that I do every single year, so look forward to that. And I'll see you next week. Bye.